but I won't like start it up. Oh, can you see these things in the chat? Like the public chat?
Yes. Comments. Pretty pumped for this.
It's cool. You can actually do this. Put it up on the screen.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, this is what we do when we do live with Left Side Chat, and then we could just talk about. Shut up, Janet.
It's not my fault. Yeah, for those of you who might be on the stream, we'll be starting soon. Yeah, maybe that's what I should do from now on. Is just as soon as like 2 people come, just go live
start.
and like keep it recording.
Because everybody just missed all that great content.
Right, exactly. And the last two episodes,
we figured out exactly how to start the revolution. It's lost forever because we just weren't recording.
Yeah, because I like doing it the way that some of the podcasts do it, and I just started doing this with the last 2 that I edited, where it's like the cold open, where you pull like a funny bit and then you go to your little music and then back into it. I know that the Chapo always does that.
I'm not that funny.
Nah. Or just like a good nugget.
What'd you call me, you son of a bitch? How do I know this is Janet? Because only Janet is upset about me being poached by Evan.
No, there's no one. I was going to say that for a while, what was I going to say? I forgot. It's something. Oh, it was just something to do. Oh yeah, it was that like Hungry Rye has been on a bunch of episodes and they don't have another podcast, so like they're not. I'm not taking them away from something else, but I was joking, like the people who like once you have like 5 episodes, it's like the SNL, like you get like the what is it, like the 5-timer, like the jacket or something, or a mug or something.
Yeah, you got to give me something, man.
I don't have any mugs. I'll send you stickers if you want.
I'll take stickers. I'll post those everywhere. That'd be great.
I should do that. It doesn't have what I should have done when I made them. Was right when I first started. I'm like, I'll just make some stickers. Should have put like a QR code on it that you could then go to the show.
Yep.
That would have been smart.
Well, in hindsight,
I don't know what's up with. He didn't respond to my DM.
Oh well. I mean, we could shoot the shit for a few more minutes.
Yeah, I'll give him.
Then jump into it.
Oh, you think we should just do it anyway? What do you think?
We can give him a few more minutes, and then we can do it anyway.
I feel like if he can't make it, then we just do
something else.
I could have him go on with another movie, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's funny. Just a few, like 4 or 5 months ago, I was supposed to do something, and both guests canceled. Or like one was sick and one canceled, and so I'm like, oh man, I really need to do this is when I was like basically recording like the week before because I didn't have like a bunch in the bag or couldn't get people to do it or whatever. And so 2 people like, oh, let's watch a movie right now, and then we'll record it in 2 hours. So we all watched Demolition Man, and then we got on this. Then we went on and recorded it, and it was like, oh well, that's works for me. That was like a last minute recording.
Sometimes those are the best though, when circumstance kind of throws things hobbly-gobbly together. Sometimes you improvise the best material.
Yeah, and I rarely have the ability to like watch it right before I'm coming on. Usually I watch like the day before or a couple days before, but if you watch it right before, I feel like everything is like massively fresh in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Every line is fresh in your mind. Oh man. They got 4 people on the stream right now. We'll be starting soon, fellas. We're just waiting for Matt to join, and we'll talk about Uncut Gems.
Well, unless they say hi to me directly, I'll have to ignore them.
Do I get many Suggestions. I mean, I have like a list that I put together, and then as like people go through, either ones that I just forgot. Someone was like, "Oh, you should do Jurassic Park." I'm like, "Oh shit, you're right. I should do Jurassic Park." Or you should do this one, and they're ones that I just forget about, or
Mm-hmm.
someone
You have,
suggested.
you have,
What's that?
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, so hey Nathan.
Someone
Uh,
suggested what?
oh no, I would just say, or Louise was just saying, what like do people suggest movies? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm usually open to do
Yeah, you
any
were open
film.
to No Country for Old Men when I suggested it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I think there's movies that I would never have thought to do. I had seen that movie in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure, if not like maybe right when it came out. And
Let's just talk about Cormac McCarthy's work. If Matt doesn't make it,
I don't know if I have. I don't know if I don't know if I can do enough of the talking about it.
you'll figure it out. Just
Someone
say
was
it's
just telling me he wrote one movie screenplay, and it was like the
yeah.
movie bombed. What was the? Do you know what the movie was? I looked
He he
this up
wrote he
recently.
wrote No Country to be a screenplay,
Okay, what was the
and
other one?
the other one was Constant Gardener or The Orchard Keeper.
The Gardener's
No,
Son.
Gardener's Son might be it. The Orchard
Maybe.
Keeper is not a screenplay.
No, I don't think that's it. Maybe he wrote the. He actually wrote. It came out. It had a bunch of
Counts.
like
I think it's The Last Counselor or something about a counselor.
Halloween Town special about utopian idealism. Yo, people in the chat.
Lemonade Fresh. How you doing, friend?
Speaking of Jurassic Park, Lemony Fresh is the one who's like, you have to do Jurassic Park. I'm like,
Oh,
you're right. I have to do that.
marked.
I mean, that's like a gimme because I was I talking to just about this recently that I was like, I read a bunch of like Michael Crichton books when I was, a teen. I feel like those were fun reads as a, 15 or 16-year
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
I read like Jurassic Park. There's one about the Andromeda Strain, I think is another one.
Okay.
It's a crazy movie. Oh, is it Sully? Sully recommend. All right, sorry about that.
Because I think that was like didn't Jurassic Park go crazy into like butterfly effect and like breaking technology and genetics and stuff? Wasn't he like crazy about it?
That could be.
At least the novel. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the novel is much more. I don't want to say like it's what's the right word? Like the specific character, like the character that's played by uh
Event Horizon.
no
Not that guy.
no the character's name is Malcolm. He's played by the guy who's in The Fly, which I cannot think of at the moment.
Oh, now I'm blanking. He's
someone
so good.
has to yeah, so he Jeff Goldblum. So in the book, that character is much more based, even more so than he is in the movie, where he's just basically like, this is insane. And he has a couple little speeches in the movie. Scarface. Oh man, I haven't seen Scarface in forever.
I don't think I've watched it. At least not the whole thing.
I knew someone from years ago that was Crichton is 6'9". That can't be true.
Stop it. Shut up.
I want to believe that that's true. I'm gonna look it up. If that's true, he is 6'9". Okay,
Jesus.
that's a surprising thing. He like
That's
doesn't.
embarrassing.
Oh, there's a picture of him next to at the like a Golden Globe Awards next to Sean Connery, and he's like towers over him.
I don't like that. There's no excuse to be that tall. That's embarrassing for everyone.
Hold on, I can actually.
I'm 5'5", okay? 6'9" is an insult, a personal insult to me.
Look at this.
Shut up.
Look how tall he is. That's really funny.
Michael Crichton, I'm coming for you. Okay? I know you're watching this. I know you
He's
watch
taller.
every episode.
He's yeah, that's true. Hammond is also much more of a he gets what well it's funny the sequel book was okay, but the sequel I tried watching the second one with my daughter who's 9 and she was bored to tears in the first like 40 minutes of the movie because it's mostly like the fact that they threw him under the bus and basically said that all the things he said about Jurassic Park wasn't true. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't all this horribleness. Let me check on my. Well, I have not heard from Matt, so we'll just keep chatting for a bit.
We could just shoot shit.
Yeah, people. Someone just said App Pupil. Oh man, App Pupil is also.
That's pretty unnerving.
That's a Stephen King short story, I believe.
Yeah.
It's in that like, I don't remember the book that has like 6 or not 6, like 4 or 5.
Short
in
stories.
there. Yeah, it has that one. It has The Body. I guess it's not called The Body though. That's the movie.
Familiar. I'm not all that familiar with his short stories.
Oh no, The Body is Stand By Me.
Stand By Me is so good.
So that's a Stephen King short story.
That's a movie you should do.
That's a great one.
That
Different
might
seasons.
be his.
Yep, there it is.
That might be his best work.
Which
At
one?
Least, Stand By Me. At least
So,
the adaptation.
I just read because I did an episode with Lemony Fresh on The Running Man. So he wrote The Running Man, and it's under a pseudonym, and it's actually not like the Stephen King that I think of when I think of his movie. It's not horror. It's like dystopian science fiction, which is like not really. I don't think it's his strong suit.
Thing. Yeah,
but it was pretty. It was okay.
All right.
It was,
a little different.
Yeah, a little different. I think he wrote 4 books or short stories under that pseudonym. Maybe in like the same. Yeah. Exactly. I used to like Stephen King was another book author I read a lot when I was younger.
Yeah. Yep. I love the book It.
Oh, I read that at the beginning of quarantine.
Okay.
For the first time.
In junior high school, that was one of my favorites.
Except maybe the ending.
Time reading. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Stephen King is definitely a bad ending sometimes guy.
But I mean, God, I get that with a lot of books, a lot of fiction. Just
bad endings.
Yeah, the beginning, the middle. I'm in. I'm hooked. I want to get through it. Then the ending rolls out, and I'm fucking out. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, a Philip K. Dick based movie. So we did do
Blade Runner,
which is a Philip K. Dick
short I missed story. Out on that one. I was supposed to be in there.
And there's another one. I want to do Minority Report's another that we could do with Philip K. Dick. I'm pretty sure that's
Blade Runner, the fucking book. It's all about fucking getting an animal. It's all about him trying to buy an animal. The entire book.
It's actually it's a very different story. I actually kind of think then that's a case where the movie might be better than the book. Total Recall. 100%. So Total Recall is one of my favorite movies. So I love Paul Verhoeven. I've done Starship Troopers and the RoboCop, other 3 of my favorite action movies of all time. And Total Recall is one I have scheduled with the person who did RoboCop, and I've been promising it to him, but he hasn't been responding to get it scheduled. So everyone has to hold off for Total Recall because
is Total Recall like, you know how everybody gets the point of Starship Troopers completely wrong? Do people do that with Total Recall as well?
100%. All of Paul Verhoeven's movies, RoboCop 2, people get it wrong.
Okay, I haven't really watched. I'm familiar with Total Recall. I only watched it as, a kid that just wants to see people get shot up.
it has more to say than it's maybe not. It's probably between those three movies. I feel like RoboCop is my favorite, but Total Recall is pretty interesting. Oh, so Nathan, you said Man in the High Castle. So the only episode I've ever done on a TV show was someone came on and we talked about like the history of Star Trek, just kind of like the like the idea of it being kind of a communist society.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I did a show, I have to figure out how I would do it.
Listen, man.
Like if it would be multiple episodes.
I've been telling you. I've been begging you to do that zombie show. What's it called?
Oh, Walking
Last
Dead.
of Us.
Oh, Last of Us. Oh, not Walking Dead. Yeah, it's so I've done 2 trilogy episodes where it's 3 movies all in one. The Hobbit, which hasn't come out yet, and then The Hunger Games. And those both were like just under 2 hours to do 6-7 hours of movie. So if you did a show, you'd have to do like a season in one episode. Somehow you'd have to like cram it. Just you can't talk about everything. You just have to kind of talk about the themes of the whole season. And then if it's multiple seasons, you do multiple episodes.
I mean, as disjointed as I am, you could say, okay, that's it, and I'd be like, all right, good episode, well done. We had it tracked perfectly.
Well, it's Man in the High Castle. I read the book I feel like the book only encompasses the first season. And I think I actually only started the second season, didn't get through it.
Now, what's the premise? I'm completely dumb about Man in the High Castle. What's the premise of that?
The Man in the High Castle the premise is that the Germans win World War II, basically.
Okay.
So Japan and the Nazis essentially are like the primary controlling bodies of the United States. Is kind of like split between like Japanese territory, and there's sort of German. Like this. Yeah. And so it's very much, the very fashy as you would imagine.
Yeah.
It's good. I think the book was good.
Now, is there a point in the show where where the government is like trying to suppress or suppressing the information about the concentration camps that occurred, or are they just openly about rounding people up?
That's a good. I don't feel like they talk about. It's been a while since I've seen I saw that season or read it. I don't feel like they like. I think it's just assumed that everything that kind of happened during World War II like actually happened, but they don't really go deep into like what happened before, from my recollection.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone, Louis said the Fifth Element I have planned to do.
Hey. The Fifth Element. Oh my God, that's so good.
I feel like it's such a maybe like not many people actually like that movie, but I think it's a great one.
It's perfect because it's also, it has that lightheartedness to it and the visual aesthetics.
So Nathan was saying is that they make a point of shame, but that it was worth it. So that was the talking about the Man in the High Castle.
So just exactly how the United States presents its war crimes.
Pretty much. It's pretty much standard imperialist.
All right, that makes sense actually.
But no, I was saying Fifth Element. I love that movie when I was came out when I was 15, I think. I used to love that was like Bruce Willis's heyday of just blockbuster after blockbuster before he became like
he did
actually like injured to the point of like I wouldn't say on Monday we recorded an episode coming out tomorrow that's like a special one with Turn Leftist about the strike. We invited Claire on, who was on the Blade Runner episode.
Okay.
And we're talking about Bruce Willis because he actually sold his likeness to one of those companies that does the deep fakes so they can use his likeness.
Oh, I don't like that.
But he did this a while ago. But the question that we were talking about is that he has some serious
aphasia,
dementia,
right?
Yeah, dementia, like really bad. And we wonder, like, did he even mean to do that? Like, was it his own decision to actually sell it? Because he made 20 movies between 2018 and 2023. They were all like straight to Netflix and mostly terrible. And he was getting paid like $1 million per movie, but he just had like a few lines in each movie. It's very weird. So I don't know.
He's always been big in China.
Yeah, I do wonder maybe some of those movies were popular abroad because they were all like kind of, no one gave a shit about them here. So Matt did not respond to my.
Okay, that's fine. Look, it's not the first time I've been stood up. Okay, I've been ghosted by I've been ghosted by those I admire my whole life. We can barrel through it.
Well, the question is, do we want to talk about this movie? We could also just talk about.
I think we should hold off and see if Matt wants to get a hold of you for a later date.
Yeah, because I would hate to, because I'm sure
he's passionate about the movie. And
yeah, I feel like he's talked about the movie numerous times on like Chapo, so
it's
a movie
something
he likes.
About.
I will admit this is live, so it will be taken on the record. I was curious because I know like movies he talks about that he's interested in, but he has a Letterboxd account, like, you know, for movie reviews. And I was curious, like, what movies, like, you can snoop on anyone, you can look at mine and see what movies people rate like 5 stars, what movies people hate. And I was curious, like, I do that to other people, and I'm always interested to see just to see what people like, what movies they like.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'd be surprised, or like there's a movie you don't want people to know you like, or I don't know.
And people have different reasons for liking different movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, Dwight said he'd never stand me up. That's true. He actually came on Left Side Chat. Dwight's great. I love him. You should invite him on sometime.
Yeah, I'm happy to have anyone. Princess Bride. Oh, I love Princess Bride.
Oh, it's so good.
I feel like you say you haven't seen a movie after 1994. I feel like I have about 60 episodes. I feel like probably 40 of them are before 1995 or before 2000. Like most of them, like 80s and 90s are like my jam. So I feel that.
He's such an asshole. I haven't seen a movie since 1994. That's fine. I mean, listen, what's he missing? Let's go down the list. No Country for Old Men. All right, you missed that one. I think that's it.
For which movies?
All the worthwhile movies since 1994.
Oh, that's the only one, yeah. What about well, I don't know if you're still on, Nathan, but we're so this is another one, is that Hungry Rye and Nathan, that we did an episode on Ex Machina, and we were talking about doing the Twilight series. And I had never seen any of them or read any of the books or anything. Like, it was just, I just didn't either. Like land on me. So I watched there's 5 movies. I watched the first 3, and everyone has to tell me I have to stream myself watching the last one because apparently it's like gets bonkers.
I heard just through cultural context that,
yeah, don't tell me. I'm the first person to watch this movie. I'm the only person left on earth that doesn't know what happens at the end of Twilight.
Okay.
I'm one of those weird people that doesn't like. I'm like, I don't want to know like the spoilers.
You want to be blind going in. Yeah, I get that.
It's funny, Nathan. I dropped by the picket, one of the picket lines locally, and I was asking them about it. I actually asked them about doing, because I'm also going to do an episode on the Barbie movie. Yeah,
excellent.
Because why the hell not? And also, I guess I should do Oppenheimer too, because it just feels the right thing to do. And I wanted to. What's that?
No, I was just going to say Oppenheimer has Peaky Blinders in it, so it's got to be good.
And I was curious, like, if it's okay to do a movie that's something that hasn't come out, like that's coming out. It's one thing to do a movie that's already been out, and you're not like promoting it. So I wondered if it's reasonable, it would be considered crossing like the picket line to do a movie that's, because I'm not promoting the movie, but I'm talking about it. Okay. And I asked them about that, and they didn't seem to think it was, as long as I'm not being like paid to do it. Like the studio's not paying me. I'm not getting advertisements. I don't have any advertisements on my, my podcast. So they seem to say it was okay. Oh, here we go. Oh no. Hold on, folks.
Oh, you're getting an advertiser?
No, hell no.
Let's see. Dwight says all movies should be seen in clips on YouTube. You can knock out a movie in like 25 minutes. I mean, just watch my TikTok channel. That's what it is. It's just a million small movies.
Well, it's funny because I feel like I'm not like the biggest. Oh, you did finish American. Okay, yeah. So you can also join, Nathan, if you want to do. It might make sense to have the same people do both the Barbie movie and the Oppenheimer movie, because I intend to see Barbie with my kids because I want to see it. So I'll have to go separately to see Oppenheimer. But yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna sneak them into Oppenheimer after Barbie? He said he did American Prometheus. What's going on over there?
Looks like we're gonna be postponed.
Okay, that's fine. Did he got back to you though?
Yeah, it was there was some family emergency, so
Oh, okay. Well, at least
I'm just making sure everything is cool.
she didn't break your heart and just stand you up.
Yeah, it's like when we were doing the Hobbit movie, one of the guests had it's like a huge Tolkien fan, was like dying to do the movie, and he had a family, his girlfriend like had to go to the emergency room, and so we're like, oh well, we had like 4 other people on it, so we plowed ahead. But
That sucks.
I need to hear Matt's takes on this movie because
Yeah. He clearly loves it.
oh, the biography
Let him
is
do it.
700 pages. The American Prometheus is 700 pages. I salute you for that. That sounds like a slog.
That's about Oppenheimer, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were saying that Nathan was talking about doing the Oppenheimer movie.
Yeah.
That's actually great because I will be honest and tell you that I will probably never read that book. Just because that sounds like such a I don't know if it's
Everything I know about Oppenheimer, I know from Cormac McCarthy's last book. What is it called? Fuck. His last 2 books were about a reclusive genius girl who ended up committing suicide, and how she put herself in a mental asylum and everything. And they talk about how brilliant Oppenheimer was.
Dwight says he's going to watch Trading Place Eclipse on YouTube. Trading Place is a great movie. And it's funny because when you go and you look up a movie, there's that one YouTube channel that has like the 12 clips or 10 clips, and like you can watch them all in order. Like,
I do that all the time. Like I'll just watch shorts of like movie scenes that I like, and they hit the spot, you know.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a movie that you're like, I don't really want to watch this movie, but I want to this is a scene I was thinking about, so I'm going to watch it.
Or like, I hate this fascist movie, but I want to see Leonidas kick that guy into that pit again.
I love American Gladiator.
Okay, I was thinking. I was thinking 300.
Oh, 300. Oh, okay, got it. I heard a name that was Roman. I'm like, I just immediately went to that.
No, he was talking about Prometheus. Made me think of the movie Prometheus, and how you should do like a series on the alien movies.
Oh, so October being Halloween spooky month, I'm planning to do Alien. Originally, I was going to start with Aliens because I like Aliens. Is this an unpopular opinion that I like Aliens more than the original?
I'm not. Maybe.
They're both like excellent movies, but I love the sequel. But I think it would probably make a lot more sense But I don't know if I want to do the third one, which kind of sucks.
I guess Rob Russo from Insurgents, that's his favorite series and mythology is the Alien franchise.
It's funny because he picked, it was on my list, but I think it was taken. So he
Oh,
chose
okay.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Okay.
which is actually like, feels like a very similar kind of.
Similar to Alien, yeah, you're still in, being taken over by this alien life form.
Yeah. It's like, it's a different, like the backstory is different because one is like futuristic and one is kind of like just modern,
Hmm.
present tense. Alien versus Predator. I remember seeing the original Alien versus Predator in the theater and being like, this is fun in a like cheesy way. I think there's a new one too. They made a bunch of them. I saw Prometheus in the theater too. I enjoyed that one. So I just put it in the chat that we will not be doing.
Just bring Matt on already. We're trying.
So everyone who's here to listen to us chat with Matt on
we've been
on Uncut
holding them.
Gems, we were going to be I just put it in the chat. So
We've been actually, he's off camera right now with me, just having a great time. But
he's feeding us lines. No, so Matt had a family emergency, and so we're just shooting the shit instead. Well, we will be rescheduling the Matt episode about Uncut Gems. So here, I'm going to do this. Watch this.
Oh no.
I just changed the name of the. I guess I can't do that. I tried to change the name of my broadcast, but it went. Oh no, I might have. No, don't feel sorry, Runt DMC. I was just chatting with him on Twitter, and he wasn't at home, and he isn't going to be able to get back in time to make it.
He's still here with me, just having a cold one off to the side, but he's camera shy.
Yeah, sometimes you see a little bit of like smoke cross the screen.
This actually is his beard, not mine.
Oh, but yeah.
Dwight is in the chat making fun of Janet's Boston accent. It's his favorite.
One of my good friends is lives in Boston. He's from Boston, and he has like the most Boston laugh that you can possibly have, and he like always gets people always give him shit for it. And he's like he's drinks a lot too, and so it gets even worse when he's drinking, of course.
It's left side chat. It is not wicked awesome. Okay.
You're gonna park your car at Harvard Yard. Park your car.
Yeah.
Harvard Yard.
Fucking Kennedy's ruined it for me.
Yeah. I like that the Simpsons, the Quimby and his like son, they have like the best. It's chowder.
What?
There's like an episode where they think that his like son kills like a waiter over the pronunciation of the word chowder.
Yeah.
Take the glasses off and vape behind the can. Might be. And this is the most people I've ever had on a YouTube live.
Yeah, all because of a false promise.
If you guys stay long enough, we're gonna get Will as well. He's hiding on my end.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I feel bad.
Yeah, he said he's gonna. What did he say? Yeah, he said everything's cool, but we will find a new time.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I guess that's one of those things. Like if it was just me here and it was just going to be me and him, and I was on the live, I probably would just. I probably watch
the whole thing.
Felix will be here soon. Well, I don't know if I would cancel it. I mean, it would be harder to do. It's like that's why I don't do TikTok lives because it's hard to just. I feel like too much pressure to be talking just yourself the whole time.
I can't. That's why
it's hard. It's hard to do it.
It's impossible for me. I have to interact with others.
Well, what I was gonna say is if it was just me here, I might have tried to talk about another movie, but I've only done 2 episodes by myself, and they're both like 25 minutes long. and it's hard to like talk about a movie just on your own. I don't know how you have to script it. Just chatting about it on your
Yeah,
own.
I will never script anything in my life.
Runt DMC said this show is now a metaphor for Marxism only working in theory.
Go away.
That's cold, man.
I think the show is working just fine.
Oh man, it's okay.
I was here to make sure Commie doesn't sign up for another pod episode cheating on me. And apparently I will be disappointed in my goal. Well, Janet, as soon as you offer a better package.
Runt, we all showed up for the live. Now we're here. We got to double down and pretend this is fine.
Yeah,
I
didn't even want to meet Matt. You know,
we need like us to be like the fire in the background, and it just says this is fine.
Yeah, for real. I mean, neither one of us really even like any of the Chapo guys. We're glad he didn't show up.
Yeah, I've had Chris Wade on a while back. He's coming on again. Everyone probably knows he's the producer of Chapo. We're gonna you're gonna be on the episode. You're monopolizing the Chapo guys. You're gonna come on from Brazil.
And I don't feel guilty about it at all. So, but it's Brazil. I have to be on the Brazil one.
Well, that was what he asked me when I sent him an email. He's like, "Oh, we should do Brazil." And this was maybe 3 months ago. And then it was like, "Oh, well, I feel like I'm like, can I do that movie? Is it worth it? Or not worth it? Is it? Can I like make it good?" And then it's like, "Well, let's do like a movie that's, relevant." So we did Newsies and Norma Ray, like combo episode. So we talked unions.
Newsies is another great one. That's my wife's favorite movie.
Runt DMC. Well, so today we were supposed to talk about Uncut Gems. Brazil is an awesome movie, which is going to be. We're supposed to record that next week with Chris Wade. I'm just waiting to confirm the date with him because they record Chapo on Mondays and Wednesdays. So he offered Thursday, potentially next Thursday.
Okay. Dwight asks, "What's your death row meal? Your final meal?"
I go with
never-ending buffet.
Dim sum would be pretty nice. Just a buffet of dim sum.
I just get just stir fry. That's always good.
Dig deep. So probably my favorite dish, if I think about it, is like a bowl of like Vietnamese pho, like the beef soup with the noodles in there. That's my go-to. Edibles. A bowl of gummy bears. But are they? Yeah, that would be. What is Runty? What do you say? Oh, you said you want. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, well, the thing about Brazil, it is kind of interesting to think of that it's by the same person who created Monty Python.
Yeah,
it's like it's hard to like grasp that those two movies came out of like the same brain, even though they both are like very different.
You can see similarities between like the Holy Grail and Brazil.
Yeah,
but it does come across as completely different authors.
Yeah, I mean Terry Gilliam is wild,
but Monty Python's like a collective group working on that work.
I mean, he's done like the movies he does. Like he doesn't take the easy way out. I just did 12 Monkeys a couple weeks ago. That's a Terry Gilliam movie. That's wild. Fear of Losing Las Vegas. No one thought anyone would ever be able to make that movie, and he did it. Even though I feel like the third part of that movie is kind of doesn't jive with the book for me.
I haven't seen that in forever.
I don't know if it holds up. Maybe it does. I didn't like Tideland as much. It was a little bit as far as his movies go. But the thing too is that Brazil is technically part of like a trilogy. Like he makes these trilogies of like interconnected but unconnected movies. It's weird. It's like Brazil is also part of Time Bandits and another movie that I don't know that I've seen. I can't think of what it is.
Run DMC asked about doing Mel. Oh no, Left Side Chat asked about Mel Brooks. I would love to do
Ooh.
Young Frankenstein.
Young
That's
Frankenstein
good
is a
one.
great movie. That one I feel like holds up pretty well. It's funny to think of like the producers too. That one probably less fun. Young Frankenstein's a great movie.
Mhm.
It's fine. I find doing like the like wacky comedies with like a whole group, like 4 or 5 guests, or not, maybe not 5, but 4
Yeah.
guests. It just like it's just fun.
I feel like doing remember you suggested doing a Schindler's List.
There's no way I could do that. That would be everyone would just like that. The next day after that comes out, if I did it, it'd be like subscriber
Just
drop.
like hit record and we're all crying, and then you stop, and then we stop crying.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that movie since it came out.
Yeah, that's when I watched it.
Sophie's Choice. What? So one person did suggest this, and I don't feel like a lot of people have seen this. Is the movie Showgirls, which is also a Paul Verhoeven movie, which was panned by everyone when it came out. It was like a commercial flop, but it actually is like actually does say a lot. It has a lot of interesting commentary, but most people have probably never seen it. It's famous for just being like rated X.
Yeah, I think that was like I was a teenager when that came out, and it was famous for being NC-17.
Right. Yep.
But
like, so you couldn't see it.
You didn't hear about it other than that, really. There's boobies in it, and everyone was crazy about it.
Yeah, I think there's also some questionable. There's like some essay in it and some other interesting. I don't remember it that well, but I remember it being, or like looking it up recently. It's definitely not my. I don't know that I would do that one.
You do any? Have you done any episodes on anime?
I have not done episodes on that, but I was just recently. What was the one that someone just suggested?
Grave of the Fireflies would be a great one. But that's also like the most depressing movie you'll ever see.
Well, the one that someone I think recommended, I'm trying to remember now. Spirited Away, I think, was the one that I think if I did one, I probably would do that. I feel like that's.
All right. See you, Dwight. Love you, friend. Thank you so much for joining.
I will not put that on the screen, but it will forever be in the chat, unfortunately. I can delete and I guess I can't delete your comment. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Listen, when I was a kid, early teens, and Mystery Science Theater would come out every night at midnight. There'd be an episode, and I'd record it on my VHS.
Oh yeah.
But I would also record like the Cinemax movies late at night.
Oh yeah.
So I brought over a VHS to watch at my cousin's house, and my uncle put it in.
Oh.
It was just soft porn starting out.
Like,
Just ignore that, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
This
is the important movie commentary you'll get from Left of the Pod.
Left of the view of Skinemax.
Yeah, Left of the Skinemax.
It's funny. Do those movies still? They must still exist. Like there must still be those things on.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a market for soft porn anymore.
Yeah, that's what probably not. Well, some of the other movies that are on my list. I mean, people have suggested some ones, like ones that are like top of mind. I think I said before we started was Natural Born Killers is a favorite of mine.
Okay.
I think I definitely have to do The Right Thing. I just rewatched it for the first time in a while last week, and it might be like one of the best movies ever made. It's hard to argue that it's not.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's I think it's Spike Lee's maybe his second or third movie. Basically, the entire movie takes place like on one city day, like New York City, and it's just like the dynamics of Spike Lee's character works at like a pizza shop of Italians in a black neighborhood in Harlem.
Okay.
You've probably seen like clips from it, and
Yeah.
it's just it's amazing how he captured like a moment in time that could just be played at any time as like a like police brutality. You know, like the culmination is like some kid gets killed by cops, right? And so it's amazing that came out in I don't know what year, 80 something.
Well, it just shows
nothing has changed.
Yeah, how far back this problem goes. Only now we have cameras on our persons.
Yeah, it came out in 89, actually later than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I like to do. The Big Lebowski is also one that a couple people have expressed interest in doing. That was one of my favorite movies for a long time. I don't know if I'd still say it is. I haven't seen it in a while.
It'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to have like 4 or 5 people to cover Super Troopers.
Oh God, I love Super Troopers.
That would be fun. That would be a good kick.
Super Troopers is just
it's just silly. I mean, it's still, you know, propaganda aside and everything. There's no good cops, but it's still just a silly movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say ACAB includes Super Troopers, but
yes,
I still like that movie. I mean, Brian Cox being like the chief of police is just the funny.
That's
like
great.
That must be like I don't know how they got him to do that movie. To be perfectly honest, like what was he thinking? And I'm going to be a cop in this movie about a bunch of like police that just like do drugs,
bunch of jerk offs. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's has a couple other movies that I actually like. I like Club Dread is actually a really funny movie. It's like it's their version of like a slasher movie at a camp.
That was very funny. That was more campy, more over the top than Super Troopers, I think.
That one and all Beer Fest is like okay. Wasn't great.
Yeah, I didn't really. I think Super Troopers was so great. Everyone had such high expectations for the rest of their stuff, but it didn't pan out quite that way.
No, I mean
how about the Kevin Smith movies?
So like I actually just did Dogma a couple weekends ago. I haven't released it yet. We were talking about Mallrats, and I watched it after I recorded Dogma to see if it held up. It holds up okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are like some like questionable bits in it, but I feel like Dogma is like still is like a relevant movie. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah,
that's probably his best movie in my opinion. Clerks is good, but Dogma is like has something to say more than the other movies he makes.
Yes.
What's some other ones I have on here? Let's see. I also love the movie Bulworth, which is actually like a movie that I think Felix loves. And maybe I need to like work my way through and be like, oh, so Felix, do you want to talk about Bulworth, which is it's the most ridiculous movie. It's Warren Beatty, and he plays like a politician, but he's like not very popular, and he's basically inhabited by like a black man. And so like he starts like essentially acting in some sense like he's a black. It's Halle Berry is in it, Don Cheadle. It's got like a killer cast. It's definitely was a flop in the box office, but
God, Warren Beatty, is he alive still?
He doesn't do movies anymore.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Dick Tracy.
Yep.
I saw that movie in the theater as a kid. I feel like I didn't like it because I was too young.
Okay.
What other ones?
I feel like I liked the aesthetics when it came out.
Like, yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
The comic book noir feel of it, but I didn't understand any of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's probably what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Someone recommended doing Tropic Thunder. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Yeah.
It's like also has a couple questionable things. That's another movie where you could just get a bunch of people and just like, you know, kind of, you're not looking for deep analysis probably in that movie for the most part. Like American imperialism.
Tom Cruise was so good. Tom Cruise was amazing in that movie.
And so was the guy who plays Iron Man. I'm like it.
Yeah, Hugh Grant.
No, well, no, not Hugh Grant. Tom Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Iron Man. Yeah, Elon Musk. Right.
Elon Musk. Well, I've also Downey. I don't know. Like I'm like not drinking or anything, but apparently I can't remember these things. Another one that I think would be fun just to do that I've wanted to do is just have an episode where I just shit on Marvel movies for like a good hour and a half.
There you go. as like a consummate X-Men fan, just fucking tear into those Marvel movies.
I love the X-Men movies though. I think they're good.
See, I can't watch any of them. They all just come across as the most ridiculous shit. Self-serious.
Yeah. Except the one that's actually really good is the Logan.
Yep. Logan was good, and there was that scene from one of them where Magneto was hunting Nazis. That was good.
Yeah.
Inglourious Bastards. Did you do Inglourious Bastards?
No, I was just talking to someone yesterday about I haven't done any Tarantino movies. I think if I were to do a Tarantino movie, it would definitely not be
art.
Not Pulp Fiction.
No, you'd need like a film expert on Tarantino.
I think I would consider doing Reservoir Dogs actually.
Oh, that's so good.
It's like very underrated and I think has like a lot of dynamic between like the characters. It's been a while since I've seen it, but like the classes of the different characters are different.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's such a great film.
Yeah, that would be if I did. I also love the movie Jackie Brown, which is like a super underrated. That one is good. And Inglourious Bastards would be like too easy. Kind of just like dunk on like the murdering of Nazis for like an hour.
That's fair.
I really want to get Lady Izdihar to do a Soviet movie, but she hasn't responded. She's like a mutual of mine on TikTok, and she often likes my videos, but I sent her a message and she didn't respond. She gets a lot of hate.
She does, yeah. But I actually tried to get her on our podcast too, but there's just no
she might just not be also interested in doing other people's, which is fine. I don't fault anyone for that.
No. I mean, she's busy as it is.
And there's also, I don't know if you've ever listened to this podcast. It's I'll plug this one is it's called Reimagining Soviet Georgia. It's basically about two people from they live in Tbilisi, Georgia. And it starts off, the first couple episodes are a little bit rough, but it's a really good history on like post-Soviet Georgia, like the implications of what happened, what it's after like there now.
Yeah.
Oh, Run DMC just said a Soviet sci-fi movie. Yeah, I'd love to do Stalker would be, or Solaris, honestly. Either of those two movies would be top choice.
I'm not familiar with those.
Oh, they're both the same director. They are probably, I don't want to say like they're the best sci-fi movies of all time, but you could put them up there near the top. The director, Tarkovsky, I think is his name, Andrei Tarkovsky. He only made a few movies, and they're all just blockbuster. They're all like, he did Stalker. I think he did a movie called The Chernobyl Diaries, which is like talking about what happened after. Yeah, Solaris is true. Yeah, Run DMC says Solaris is probably reviewed a lot. Another one that people probably have never heard of, if you ever, is the movie Mr. Designer is another Soviet movie that's great. And then if you like, and then there's another one that's a comedy that's, I actually recommended someone to watch this and they told me they hated it. So I guess you have to like a campy Soviet comedy. It's called The Diamond Arm. These are all on YouTube too, for most part for free. But The Diamond Arm, literally, it's about a guy who goes on vacation and he breaks his arm. And there's this group of criminals that are smuggling diamonds, and they thought it was going to be for thought he was the smuggler, and they put the diamonds into his cast to smuggle into.
Shit.
And so like the whole movie is like them trying to catch up to him, but it's like slapstick comedy, and
Yeah,
it's silly.
it's pretty fun.
It's also there are a bunch of Soviet ones that are great. Yeah, like Come and See is probably like one of the most beautiful movies and sad movies you could ever see.
What's the
World War II.
how about Life is Beautiful?
That's a good one.
Mhm. God, that'll make you cry. if
I think
anything
that
will.
he won. I think I remember that guy won Academy Award for that movie.
I hope so. Come on.
Yeah, there are
What are you
lots of Soviet movies. It's one of those things where I feel like some people will be like, "Oh, you're not interested in it," but sometimes I just want to do a movie because I like it, and I don't care if anyone else likes it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Unlike Barbie, which is definitely not, peak film. They're
You
not going
haven't
to show
seen it
Barbie.
yet, so you don't know. You don't know. It might be the greatest film you've ever seen.
It might be,
So-
yeah. Reds is another one someone recommended. I've seen that one. Runt DMC called you fake Matt.
Me?
When outside to grill.
Look, I told you this is Matt's beard. He wasn't gonna make it, so he loaned me his beard.
Yeah. What was I just gonna say? Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I think actually I'll tell you the other Quentin Tarantino movie I consider doing would be the 2 Kill Bill movies.
Okay.
Those are both quite good. I don't feel like I love them as much as some people. I feel like I need to get like a Tarantino super fan to be on to talk about that.
Yeah, someone that is fully versed in the Tarantino verse.
Yeah, I am definitely not. Like I'm
No.
a casual enjoyer of Tarantino.
Yeah.
He only has one movie left, and then his career's over.
He said he was gonna do 10, right?
Yeah, I think he's got 9. I don't know, it may have been Will from Chapo who had a theory that when he does his 10th movie, he'll just do TV. He didn't say he wouldn't do TV.
That's true.
My guess is he'll do a show. Less pressure, easier production.
God, what
probably.
that'd be. What kind of show would you want to see Tarantino do? It's such a weird medium for him.
It'd have to be. What's the movie? He did a movie where he's actually in it. I don't think he wrote the movie. It's the movie. It's a vampire movie.
Oh,
Dust Till Dawn.
Yes. Yeah.
And he didn't. That doesn't count as him because he didn't direct it or write it, but he's in it. I could see him doing like a vampire show.
Okay.
Or I'd be curious to see if he would be interested in that.
Remember
That's a great movie.
Remember 30 Days of Night?
I don't think so.
Have you seen that? It's my favorite vampire movie.
Oh, I have seen this movie. It's based on a comic book, right?
Yeah. I think he could do a
vampire
TV
movie
series about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Dust Till Dawn, I'm pretty sure was based on a comic or graphic novel as well.
It could be.
I have a few favorite vampire movies. Probably my all-time favorite is oh gosh. I think Let the Right One In might be my favorite.
Oh, that's so good.
It's such a great movie. And then I also like A Girl Walks Alone at Night, which is
I haven't seen that.
It's a Iranian movie actually. It came out 5 or 6 years ago. It's like the most amazing. It's top notch.
Where can I get a hold of that?
Let's see. What if it's on YouTube?
Have you seen Byzantium?
Mm-mm.
That's another vampire movie that's pretty good.
We can watch it for free on archive.org.
Okay.
That's actually where I watched Brazil briefly. Oh, it's also on if your library connects to Canopy, which mine does not, it's like a streaming service through your library sometimes, but it's on archive.org. A lot of independent movies and older movies are on there.
Okay.
I can send it to you afterwards. It's a great movie. Did I said Iranian, although I think it might be, is it Iranian? I'm almost positive. Yeah, Iranian. But the director is Persian. Or the language is Persian. I went through like a big vampire state. I was actually in a like a D&D vampire masquerade, the masquerade.
Oh, cool.
For a while.
Yeah, that just reminded me. Last night I completely forgot I downloaded a vampire game. One of those turn-based.
Oh yeah, it's not that one, is it? Vampire
It
the
might
Masquerade.
be. I don't know. It might be. I think there's like a whole series of them.
Yeah, that game. There's a board game for that one. There's also you can also play it on Steam. If you have Steam, you can play the.
My wife just got home from her night out with the girls.
Another one of my favorite vampire movies is Only Lovers Left Alive. It's a little bit artsy. It's Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston, and they're like, it's in like the modern time. I think one of them lives in Detroit, and the other one lives like in England, and they basically like don't leave their house. It's like modern. It's like a very sad kind of like love story.
Okay,
but interesting.
That's right up my alley.
It's a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of underrated vampire movies.
I feel like, I mean, Anne Rice kind of elevated the vampire genre, but God, those movies were awful.
Oh, the like Vampire Chronicles?
Yeah.
I haven't seen those.
Interview wasn't terrible, but Queen of the Damned was terrible.
I did an episode with Smirk on Interview with the Vampire last October.
Okay.
It's an interesting movie about two vampires who love each other.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Yeah, it's What We Do in the Shadows is another Run DMC says. That's a great book. It's a great book. Great TV show and a great movie. Classic.
Oh, What We Do. Yeah, my oldest came to visit, and they showed me What We Do in the Shadows. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only done one. I did Dawn of the Dead with I don't think he's not on TikTok anymore. He like left all social media with Cole, or was it Conrad Aloy? He was on TikTok for a while. I think you probably know who he is. He changed his TikTok name once or twice.
Yeah, I'd have to see a PFP.
But he's left. He left it about 6 months ago. He just like went off it. Yeah, we did Dawn of the Dead. I love to do the original one of that series. But no, I did Dawn of the Dead. I love to do Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
The original, not the remake. Yeah, I have some horror movies I want to do for October. I'm doing Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Rob from
Insurgents
podcast, yeah. And I'm supposed to do, I don't know if you listen to Horror Vanguard podcast. That was one of the first podcasts I listened to about movies that I didn't even know it was left wing.
Is that Jamie Peck?
No, it's not. No, this is the Lit Crit guy on Twitter, and then the other guy is Ashley Darrow. They've been doing it for like 3 years now. They have a lot of episodes.
I'm familiar with that. I never listened.
Yeah, they definitely know film like much. They're like scholars of film too. So some of it is like definitely more detailed things that I don't notice necessarily. Yes. And I sent them a message and they're like, oh, they're interested. I sent them a list and they haven't picked one yet, but we'll see.
That'd be cool.
Their episode on Beetlejuice is one of my favorites. Favorite movie of mine.
That's such a great film. I need
About
to rewatch that.
gentrification.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, back when they're making a sequel.
I saw that. Is
With
what's his name coming back to play his role?
yeah, he is Beetlejuice.
Awesome, so good.
I think the only people returning are him and Michael Keaton and the actress who plays Lydia. What's her name?
Oh, no, not Selma Hayek. I feel like this episode is proof that brain fog is going to be a permanent thing going forward and everything.
Well, I'm usually like pretty good. I wouldn't say I'm like a remember. I'm like sometimes forgetful of names, but today particularly, I'm like I cannot think of anyone's name.
We're both in zeros.
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder.
So she's going to be in it with like her kids.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I think which perfectly makes sense given that it was probably 35
20 years ago. Yeah, something like that.
I think longer. 1988.
I was 6.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Brain fog. Yeah, it does.
Post-COVID, we're all going to be suffering from stupidity from now on.
Well, it is one of those things. I mean, I've had it, and you do wonder. Like, I didn't have a bad case, but you could have effects you don't realize just forever.
Yeah,
you might not have like long COVID, but you could have.
It's so terrifying, though, that we're going to have symptoms could pop up out of anywhere.
Yeah,
my hair is fine. Thank you very much, Runt DMC. Don't even worry about it.
It's funny. I recorded this episode, but I won't release it.
Okay.
However, it would be funny to put like when we get Matt to do the actual episode, to like put
release
a little
clip one with fake Matt.
Or well, it would just be I would just put do like the cold open with like something that we said during this and be like, oh, Matt's in the background, and then he like joins the episode.
We should do a clip. We should do a bit where we're both like in tears because we got stood up by Matt. I think. Well, we made an hour and 7 minutes so far.
Yeah, that's like I've never lasted that long like on a live.
No, I can't go fit 5 minutes because the second that people start dropping off or no one says anything in the comments, then I got nothing. So I just stop.
Yeah. Oh well. Left side chat says we should release it as like an extra.
Yeah. I feel bad. I promoted it on
I know the tweet got like 11 or 12 likes on it. I'm like, oh shit. And I just know that a few of those people were on being like, where's Matt? And then they bounced.
What's going on? Yeah.
But I've never had 10 people on a the only time once when I did the Death of Stalin episode, it was a bunch of like commies from TikTok came on to listen to us talk about that movie, because that movie's silly and it's just silly.
Go get out of here. What are you doing? Don't worry about that spider.
I feel like I need to like quote tweet yours being like, sorry everyone.
We lied. False advertising.
Well, but I mean, anyone who came on, that's the thing. Like, you can't. I wish you could like post a comment as the host and like pin it. That's what I hate that they did on TikTok, because they took away the pin comment. That was one of the worst.
That was nice.
I love that, because you could either, it could be a really funny comment, or you could be doing it to like drag someone who said something really shitty, and you're like, this guy.
I've never done that in my entire career as a poster. I would never deride someone on a public forum. That's just rude. Did you win trivia? No, she did not win trivia. So tonight was just a bust. Huh.
Jess did, and then she gave me her ice
Oh, you got ice cream.
cream.
Oh man,
Thanks
let's
for
see.
sharing with me.
I
didn't even get
I
ice
won't
cream.
delete this. I won't delete this video or audio. I'll save it. Could always.
I think we did pretty damn well, all things considered.
Yep. Yeah, and there's some. I got some people subscribing to my YouTube channel who are now just gonna unsubscribe because I didn't get what they wanted.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. I got like 9 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and they're gonna be like, tomorrow it's gonna drop off because they're like, you cheated me out of Matt.
So sorry. You can release like an apology, can't you?
No, I mean, it's just like a live. I mean, for originally I didn't used to do these lives, but then I thought, oh well, if I'm recording the episode anyway, I may as well have it be on YouTube. I don't like really promote my YouTube channel. I should.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're ever going to like really grow and be able to do this with any significant backing, YouTube's the place to do it.
I know it definitely is. I think now it actually makes sense because now I have so many like of a pretty good amount of released episodes that I could then be saying like, oh, subscribe on there. And
yeah,
because I mean, people who are younger, I'm not like the biggest. I'll watch certain people on YouTube, like the channels I like, but some people will watch all their content that way. Like they don't watch TV even.
Yeah,
they're watching YouTube.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
It depends.
I use YouTube a lot more than I do TikTok.
Yeah, I haven't been using TikTok much at all lately.
I just post if something
yeah.
hits me.
I don't even. I've done that a little bit, but I've been like recycling the same. Like if I make a meme, I put it on Instagram. Actually, I feel like I get the most traction of. It's not like really good for interaction, but it's good for like promoting, if anything.
Yeah, I go on Instagram and I'm just confused.
I don't really like scroll on it. It's really more like I just post stupid memes and
I understand Twitter. I understand TikTok. I am lost on Instagram. Blue Sky is just Twitter too. So
I know. I went on there and someone gave me an invite, but I don't know. It doesn't like connect you to. I don't know where anyone is. I think I follow 3 people. Like the person who gave me the invite, and that's
real slow.
Well, and also Threads got 100 million people in like the first week, but then half of them stopped using it already, which makes sense. Like it's the same thing, you know. It's as much as Twitter has its horror shows, I feel like unfortunately he has the market.
It's the best form of social interaction. I mean, the platform is there and it works. It's not operated in the way it should be. And it shouldn't be owned by a single person anyways.
Yeah.
You know, it's the communal commons. It should be all of ours.
Yeah, the fact that now there's things you can't do because now you have to pay.
That's fucking bananas. It's just gross. It was never gonna be able to make money. You know?
No. I mean, even before Musk took it over, they were making very little money.
Yeah. They're just floating. So I mean it's not everything has to be for profit. It could just exist.
It wasn't created to be profit. It was created. I actually had my Twitter account. It says it on here since December of 2007, which is like after. I know, right? Like
as it started.
At that time, I didn't use it. I just like signed up because it like was new, but it was mostly just for people to send notes to each other. It really wasn't meant to be what it is now. It wasn't created necessarily for what it is. It'd be nice if there was better moderation and they didn't like let Nazis on there.
Yes.
Yeah. Run DMC says that like social media platforms could tank sooner than people expect. I think that's possible. The problem
it's really too bad too because it has so much potential for people to connect. and organize and network.
Yeah, yeah. I mostly use like Signal if I'm talking to people for like organizing or other
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
like that. I'm not going to do that on
Well,
DMs
I mean,
where like
not
Elon Musk can read my shit.
yeah, not all organizing needs to be um, covert. You know.
Right. You can find people, you can share
Yeah.
things. It
I mean,
definitely has its,
it's a great tool for propagandizing. You know, and spreading a message. That's how I view TikTok. Is how
yeah.
am I going to influence people that are on the edge or able to be reached?
Well, if you're on, you asked how safe Discord is. Well, apparently that's where they share state secrets and then they publish them in Minecraft servers.
It's pretty awesome.
I've heard that Discord is pretty safe, safer than like safer than anything that has on Meta or Twitter or any of those things.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because there are a lot of organizing groups on there that I'm into.
Yeah.
So
My SRA chapter, we have a Discord, and my DSA and CPUSA all have Discords, but all the other, but then I'm in Discords where we just talk video games and sports and shit. So it's not a bad place, but you're not going to meet new people really, like you would on such a wide breadth of Twitter.
yeah. I don't know how many people are on Twitter now, like what their numbers look like. Well,
I know Facebook
I
blows them
will
out of the water, don't they?
yeah, for like people over 50 though, I think, right? Like the average age
Yeah.
probably is 50.
It's
Like people I
definitely
know
the
who
boomer.
like cousins of mine who were like 13 would never ever use Facebook.
Mhm.
The thought of using it is just like horrific.
Insulting.
Yeah, they use Snapchat, some Instagram,
Yep.
TikTok. They're not going to use
The
Facebook.
world's
Facebook's
passing
like
us
where
by.
I don't even use Facebook anymore. I have my
No.
account deactivated.
I have Facebook just because my dad in Minnesota uses it to chat with me with Facebook Messenger, but that's
Yeah, I have Facebook
all I
Messenger.
use it
That's
for.
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we did the good jag without without the prom queen.
Yeah. Well, so I will connect with Matt. I'll give him a day, like send him a note being like, he says everything is cool, and then we'll reschedule it.
Okay.
Well,
that works for me.
it was fun. Yeah, and we'll have to. We cried wolf when we post it again. No one's gonna believe us.
I know.
They're gonna be like,
I'll be like, oops, I meant on this date.
yeah. Well, it's funny because this video is on YouTube, but I changed the title so it just says like "shoot the shit," but I didn't spell the word shit. Shoot the shit,
Good.
and then that's basically what it was. So.
Any chats we need to Janet's the prom queen. That's true. You are. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving you. I promise.
Oh, he said he misses the Kush vlog. Yeah. I liked Matt's like I never used Twitch, but when he would stream on Twitch, I actually would watch that sometimes because he has like interesting stuff to say.
Real quick, Runt DMC, shoot me your @ and I'll follow you wherever you want. Return the beard. This beard is mine, actually.
Set up an interview with him.
No socials.
No socials.
Nah. All right. Well,
God bless.
thank you for joining us. You're a real one. You're a trooper.
Well, the chat remains. It stays on the live. Like if you watch this video later.
Oh, cool.
The chat.
Cool.
Which is kind of funny.
You have a good night.
We'll be in touch, and I'll once I confirm from Chris about Brazil, we'll see. We'll see if he's into it for next Thursday. Everything
all
could get pushed.
What if all the Chapo guys agree to do movies, and then one by one they all just ghost you?
Well,
That'd be
it's funny
heartbreaking.
when after Chris did it, I was like, well, I'm going to take my shot and send. I felt like it would be the biggest dick move to be like, so do you think you can like say what's up to the other guys? I wouldn't
Yeah,
do it
not
like
yet.
that. So I thought I would do it on my own. Well, thanks for the sub, Runt DMC, and maybe you'll come back when we have two Matts on.
Hell yeah!
All right,
Thanks
man.
for the input.
Yep.
All right, thanks Janet for chatting.
I'll catch you later.
Bye.